Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women, men and women of all ages. That's right, don't adjust your TV set, don't adjust your phone. If you're on Spotify, Apple Music, don't matter, don't adjust nothing. It's your boy, Joe, and I'm back with another episode of Let It Rip. Now, I got two guests today, okay? Special guests. The first one, she is a hair influencer, okay? She has got, how many followers? 16, 17, 18, 19K on Instagram, sponsorships, everything like that you can imagine. I have one of my best friends on here with us. Her name is Faye. Say hello.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. Okay, and my second guest, it's kind of a unplanned, but I'm always happy whenever he graces us with his presence. I've actually been trying to get him on here for a minute now. So, Josh, say hello to the people.
Hey, what's up, man?
So, Josh is also a really good friend of mine. How our friendship started is actually kind of a funny story. He was just always that kid, like, was in the back of our pictures, like, oh yeah, let me be in this picture too, guys. and then, this God-fearing guy, ended up becoming a really good friend of all of ours. So, I'm always happy whenever I have another person on this show. So, but Faye, let's just dive right into it. Tell us about how you started your hair page, how you kind of started influencing, and what really made it take off.
Hey, all right. So, hey guys, once again, it's very nice to be able to be on this podcast with Joe Schmo.
Hey, yo.
And my brother, Josh. Well, not blood brother, but Oh, so basically, I started influencing, I'd probably say about two years ago. I think I started when I was like a sophomore in high school, like 2019, like the fall of 2019. Like right before the pandemic. I was just like, people always have been telling me for years, like, hey, you got great hair, like you should like make videos, you can do your hair so well, like who did your hair? And I'm like, well, I did. And they're like, wait, you should post about it. And I'm like, At first I was like nervous, and then I was like, you know what, let me just try one video and just see how that goes. And then I tried one video and I was like, wait, I kind of liked it. So I just kept going, kept trying new hairstyles, different hairstyles, and then before I knew it, like the following year, or like that next year, summerish, is when it started to like really take off. And then like brands were noticing me, and I was able to get sponsorships and just help girls all around the world just love their hair and everything. So it's great. It's a great opportunity to have, and I hope everybody can try it if it's their.
Well, I mean, if you have hair, don't mind my friend Josh here, who's got nothing on it.
But it doesn't only have to be hair, though. I would say, like, you can influence about anything.
What was like the hardest challenge, like starting off? Like, wait, were you? Let me even ask this: when you like first started the hair page, did you even like envision anything like this kind of even happening? Like,
actually, no. I honestly just imagined myself staying at like 1,000, maybe like 3,000 followers. I didn't imagine it would go like past like 10K, and I think I hit 10K like right before like Christmas of like 2020. So it was just like, whoa, like this could be something,
right?
Yeah,
like so you didn't imagine it. You were just like, so what again was the reason for just making this? Just to like put your hair videos out there, just so people could like, in case they maybe even was for like a close group of friends or something like that.
I just realized that like it dawned on me that like not a lot of people know how to like take care of their hair. Like not a lot of people know what products to use. They don't know what styles to do. They need like style inspiration and stuff like that. So it just dawned on me like, hey, like you can benefit from this. Just enjoy what you're doing, but you can also impact somebody's life. You can also change somebody's way of how they used to do things with their own hair.
That's even that's a great segue. Let's even talk about like hair period. Like Deborah always tells me all the time. And Deborah, for people who don't know, that's my sister. She always tells me like, you have 4C hair. Like, how many hair types are there? What are the differences with the hair types? What can I do? The difference between somebody, like, would you say me and Josh here have the same hair type?
I've honestly never seen Josh's hair grown out like so like big yet, but I'd probably say it's a different hair type. I would say. I mean, like a lot of naturals, they don't really like to use the hair type thing because a lot of people say they have 4C hair, and they only say that because their hair looks dry, and that's what they think 4C hair is like. But honestly, 4C hair can look so different if you use the right products and everything.
Interesting. So 4C, what is there? 4A? Is there 4B?
Yeah, I'm a 4A, 4B person. I used to think I was 4C, and then I did a little bit more research and found out I was 4A, 4B. So I'm like, the front of my hair is like 4A, and the back is 4A as well, and the middle ish, and the
4B.
Sides are 4B.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what type of hair do like Hispanic people have? Is that like 3C, 3A? Like, do we start changing numbers now? Yo, can we add like subtraction? 3 minus BC, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not BC. Like, people, I'd say people of that like race and like even like mixed people, they have like a looser texture.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
Type 3. Yeah.
I've always wanted to have like spiky hair, and then it's just like, your hair just doesn't work for that. I was like, oh, I have curly hair. Okay, no problem. But like, back to the whole influencing thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what was like one of the like biggest challenges for you on that journey?
Biggest challenges, I would say, would probably be getting past the hate comments and also followers. Because at first when there was like, when I started influencing, there was already like a lot of like influencers before me.
Of course.
So I looked at their pages for inspiration, and I was like, dang, they have like 20K, 30K and everything, and I was just like, whoa, like, I want followers, I want to be seen. So that was kind of like a big like challenge for me, just like, because I was kind of like, at one point I was just focusing on like followers and everything, and I was just like,
right.
I had to tell myself like, focus on the hair, like, it doesn't really matter, because even if you change one person, like, that's still a big difference. And also hate comments, like, people like to leave hate comments about like your hair and like the style and just downright things like that.
Now I want to stay on that topic real quick. So we'll come back to the whole like influencing and how to even like grow for maybe certain people who want to even start. Maybe even, I'll take some of those tips, because I'm trying to grow too out here, Mr. Podcast Man. Let me stop.
Yes, twist right now. It's looking real juicy.
But I want to talk more about those hate comments and really the following. So if you guys are new to the podcast, we had an episode earlier called Blindly Follow, where we kind of talked about, people who amass a certain following, such as yourself, and how the people that follow them could either be used to do negative or positive things, right? So, like, I want to say, like, how have you kind of changed that narrative? Kind of like, do you use your following for good? Do you use your following at all? Like, what kind of, tell me more about that.
That's a good question. I would say I use my following for good, honestly, because a lot of people, like, when they get followers, they kind of venture into like other things, and they use their platform for like other things once they have the following. But I find that staying like where I was from the beginning, just doing hair, just focusing on that, and a little bit of my faith as well, just mixing all of that together, just seems pretty nice. And yeah.
But what about like the inadvertent things? Like, okay, so obviously if I bring anybody up here and ask them questions, nobody's gonna say, even if I bring Andrew Tate himself, right, and ask him like, hey, yo, are you using your following for good, for bad? Everybody's gonna say, I'm using my following for good. I'm using it. Nobody's ever gonna say I'm using it for bad. So like, what about like, so all those hate comments? I bet you like they follow other hair pages and they're like, oh, I like this person's hair way more. You should probably do it like so. Like, what about those kind of things? Like, how do you ward off, or not even like, let me not say ward off, but like, kind of like discourage people that like who like love you, follow you from going to other pages and kind of like not purposely being negative. So like, say me, Joseph, I'm your number one fan. I really enjoy everything that you do and put out, and I also follow a couple other hair pages, and I see this one girl, she didn't do it that kind of style like you kind of did, so I'll be like on her comments, oh, this is nice, but I don't think your hair is meant for this, Faye does it like, some people might see that as like a negative or hate comment. So like, how do you like discourage kind of against that, or do you even like, you probably never even thought about it like that?
So just to clarify, so when you say that, you mean like what's it called? So like, how do I, you said discourage, right?
Yeah, like, kind of like keep people from, I don't want to say twisting your words, because you haven't necessarily said anything, but like just, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's because I'm coming from a different community. I know, like on Twitch and things like that. When you have a following, you can either use it as in people will host other smaller streamers, or they will literally raid other streams and be like, "Hey, this is a raid from, let's say, I don't know, somebody big on Twitch. Let's see, Nick Merckx or someone like that. They'd be like, "Oh, this is a Nick Merckx," and spamming his emojis, everything in chat. Like that's kind of like the use for good. But then also at the same time, now Nick may not purposely go to somebody and be like, or go into their chat and be like, or tell his chat to go into their chat and start like spamming cuss words or things like that, but he may like really dislike somebody at the time and be talking to stream, and then they'll take their own initiative and go into that person's chat anyways, and
like tattletale a little bit.
Not tattletale, like something literally like start like spamming, start saying the nastiest stuff in that people's chat, and like like Nick will have to be like, "Hey guys, come back here! Don't do that! Don't go into somebody else's chat." Like I've seen that happen so many times, and especially it's so sad when it happens to smaller streamers, smaller people. They don't have like the thousands of people that Nick has. They only have like maybe like 10, maybe even 100 people. So when like 4,000 people come over from Nick's stream and start spamming things like, "You suck! You're the worst! Why are you doing this? You're cheating! You," and start like that that's gotta be like demoralizing. So like, how do you? I don't know if you've even come in contact with that, like have other like influencers actually even like hit you up, like talk to you, anything like that?
Yeah, like but not really like but mostly just to like collaborate and to just get to know one another, because in the natural hair community we also kind of like take inspiration from like other people.
Oh, of course.
So we always make sure that we give credit to that person when we're posting. So when we give credit, it kind of like invites that other person to our platform, and it starts a conversation between the two. Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you like raise this kind of a weird question, but like raise awareness for like anything? Like when you say you use your platform for good, but like do you like use it for good, like like actually use it to talk about like serious issues?
I try not to go into like politics.
Politics is a deal breaker for everyone.
And things along that line, but like when it comes to, because I am a black woman, I'm a black person, so when it comes to like the whole like Black Lives Matter, racism, stuff like that, like especially with the whole George Floyd incident, like that, I had to use my page for that too. And even a lot of other creators, they use their page to send out messages that this was wrong and how we can move forward and things like that.
Now, so going back to Andrew Tate, now seeing how you said other people use their pages to say this is wrong. Now say I'm someone like Andrew Tate, now in my eyes maybe this isn't wrong, and I'm putting out that kind of information to people. What do you think about that? This is open to you too, Josh. Like just using my page just to, how about you go first, Josh? Actually talk to me about that, like spewing out, like just, so I may not, let's use the George Floyd incident for example. Let's say I'm on the other side and I don't think that the officer should go to jail, and I'm using my page that I have like 20-30,000 followers, and I'm spewing out to them. Now some people may like be like, "Oh, he's wrong, I'm not gonna listen to him," but you have those diehard followers that will believe anything you say till you die. Like what do you think about that? Like do you think like should there be a line right there with certain pages, or I don't even know, like what do you just think about that, like as a whole?
One thing I would say is that obviously people are always gonna just do what they want. Yeah. They're always gonna like just, you could say one thing, you could say A, and people will hear Y, X, right? Yeah. Right. Start like manipulating, and I think it's just something about how people react, because you could always do like the best, you could always do what is right on your page, right? But then it's just it's tough because people make their own choices. Yeah. When it comes to like that issue of just other people just coming at you because of something that you posted, or because somebody else said something. Yeah. They might not have like actually said that, oh, this happened or that happened, but like people just like choose to react that way. Right. Yeah, it's tough to control.
What about you, Faye?
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I would say, people have their own opinions. At the end of the day, we might not like somebody's opinion, but they do have freedom of speech, so they can use their page for whatever they want, even though it may contradict what's moral and what's right. clickbait.
No, obviously I agree with that. Like, yeah, everybody, like, whatever you think or whatever you say will be interpreted whatever way anybody wants to interpret it as. But, like, should there be a line right there? So even if it means, like, a line, even for, like, you promoting good things, like, should there be a line there, period? Like, don't promote bad things, but at the same time, don't promote good things. Like you said, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, but that you're not entitled to share your opinion with 30,000 people, and then maybe have 1,000 mindless people go and follow what you said, and then decide to, go burn down some building because you said, this building is horrible. Why is it here? Burn it down. So, like, should you then, like, should there be a line? And if not, should people be held accountable? Like, should you, among other people, be held accountable for, like, even putting that idea in people's heads, period? That's the question.
I like that, because that's actually a very good question. I think it really comes down to your values and why you even post out why you're putting, because you might have to draw a line towards what you think is bad or what you think is good. If what you think is good, you put it out there, why do you put it out there? Because what you put out there could affect others the same way, like, with the problem we're talking about, people just choosing to take whatever you said and just, manipulate it and do whatever they want. But why did you in your own self, to talk about that line drawing, like, why you in your own self, why do you putting that out? It comes to the effect, like, what is the effect of what you're doing, knowing that there's
I think the thing is, people see the effect. Like, it's not like they're blind to the effect.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes it comes after the reprimanding has been done. Like, Andrew Tate's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said this or that. But, like, nobody's dumb. No, everybody definitely knows the effect of what they're saying. Like, there are some, if you go on Spotify, there are some there are some podcasts out there where people are just spewing that the world is flat. Like, there are some. Now, obviously, they know that what they're saying are inciting some radicalist people, probably living in, like, the middle of nowhere in Nebraska, thinking the world is flat too, to protest some whatever that the world is flat. Now, you're not dumb. They know what they're doing. They know what they're saying, and they know what they're insinuating when they're telling people, like, the world is flat, go do this and that. I'm saying, like, I think people should be held accountable. People, if you say to a certain group that this and this is happening, you should do this and this, and they go and do this and this, it's the same way, like, I say to you, hey, can you kill that person over there? And if they actually kill them, whoever is involved, you and them, you'd be convicted, or you'd be charged with conspiracy to commit murder, and then the person who committed murder would be convicted for murder, or charged with murder as well. So the same way, like that, I feel like me being on a podcast, or me being an influencer and posting certain things and inciting people, which is why I was asking you, like, do you do anything for causes? Like, is it all personal? Now, I get it, like, sponsorships and things like that, if they're paying you money, yeah, you're kind of obligated to at this point. But, like, your own personal beliefs, do you push that out to people? Faye. Bro, if there was a camera here, bro, the way we're all three just looking at each other like, we about to take that.
I'm sorry. Could you rephrase the question?
Do you push out your own personal opinion, like, on your page?
Yeah, I would say that I do, honestly. But then I also have the mindset that what I say can influence people, and what I do can influence people as well. And especially when you have such a large following, like, you have to be careful, because
definitely,
even when people, like, repost your posts, when people repost your things, them posting that reaches other people as well. So you have to be careful about what you're putting out. And even if you have, like, one belief, you have to remember that other people don't think the same way, and they might interpret it as something different. So you always have to put that disclaimer out there that, this is my opinion. Don't really take, like, bad action on it, but this is what I believe.
The thing is, the rest of the world doesn't work like that. All the TikTok drama, everything like that. Like, dude, Charlie D'Amelio say one bad thing about Bryce Hall, you go to his comments immediately. Everybody in his comments, you're a liar, you're this, and it's so. How can we just change this? Like, I want to say, like, it's not like an attitude, but, like, this kind of, like, feel that everybody has of like one influencer says something and then everybody just gets. I don't know. Is there a way we can even change that? Like, I don't know. That's the only thing that like scares me. The thing I don't like, because I started a podcast. Let it rip. I feel like I have the world's worst opinions. Like, I have the most random, and I can get in an argument with any and everybody on any given day, just because of my opinions. But I don't want to like blow up one day and then, you know how I'm always posting something and then it upsets someone and they go and actually go to the person, and because of that somebody's dead just because I said he hates green, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
You know? Is there a way to like, I don't know, change that? Well, first and foremost, I'm even glad that you at least take it into mind when you post things, because that's first and foremost. But I don't know. I just feel like, you know, influencers nowadays should feel more sense of responsibility, like when they're posting things, what they're posting, who they're posting it towards.
True.
So, I mean, of course, everything is for likes, everything is for, you know, growth. I remember when you used to tell me, hey, can you share the video? Because, you know, when it reaches people, now she don't got to tell me that no more, because, bro, people share it for her, bro. She has a following, like, what? But everything is for, you know, the growth of the page. But I just kind of wanted to, you know, remind people that, you know, to be responsible with what they tell people, especially when you have a following. But anyways, I feel like we've talked about a lot of gloomy stuff. Let's get back to some smiley faces. Tell us more about how we can become an influencer. I know it's a long process, a lot of like 10 1 view videos, but still tell us.
Ooh.
Process.
Well, honestly, you have to kind of like find what you like to do, and just think. You could even like write it down. Like, think about things that you do that can, you know, inspire somebody else, right? And then you go on whatever platform you like or whatever platform you use the most. I think nowadays most people use TikTok, but when I started out, it was mostly kind of like Instagram and TikTok, but it's shifted more towards TikTok and like other streaming pages like Twitch, Discord. So whatever platform you think is best, you can start there. Start small. You also might have to learn editing skills as well, because like, for example, if you're posting, well, reels now is like, I think 3 minutes. You can make a reel 3 minutes long, but if you're posting like a video, it might have to be a little bit shorter. So you'll probably have to like learn some like easy editing skills. Like, there's a bunch of editing videos on YouTube and everything.
What did you use to edit like your videos?
Fun fact, when I started out, I had a 6S, so most of the videos you see on my page are definitely for my 6S, but I used iMovie. But I know some people might have Androids, so
Talking about
Payne Josh could never. I mean, I know now people for TikTok, they use like CapCut and stuff like that.
Yeah, CapCut, Instacut, and things like that. But you might have to learn probably will have to learn some editing skills.
But not hard, right? You were able to edit.
But not hard at all. And you actually start to like enjoy it because at first I was like, this is taking forever. But like once you get to like the product, it's like so worth it.
When you see the end result, which is why I tell people, like, when people like, I see the end of the video, people don't see like that. For me, I'm an editor. I edit things for whether for church or even for a couple Twitch streamers. I edit their TikToks and videos. Like, they don't see the grind that it takes. like when I'm looking through
behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness, sometimes I be here for hours just to make a 30-second, and I'm like, why? Like, at the end of the day, and then what pisses me off the most is when a part of it gets cut out. I'm like, you can't. The thing is, if I'm making you a video, you using all of it. I grinded for every little bit of that video. So I can't imagine like somebody with like no real editing background, like trying to edit their own. Let me ask you, because I see like a lot of the videos especially are like you're using both of your hands to actually do your hair. So like how do you record and things like that?
It's such a funny question because if you look at like somebody who's like doing hair and you look at like their setup like while they're recording, it's so funny because they have products everywhere. They have combs everywhere, and then their hands might be messy and they have to like click the phone to like press record, and then they have to like, you know, worry about, you know, the lighting and stuff like
exactly.
that.
I was like thinking that.
And a lot of people, I think people use cameras as well to like record.
Well, that's only Well, I mean, you're an influencer now. I was going to say you can start using the camera now because you got 20K. Your followers should be paying.
I'm not that techy.
Not for you to record with the only thing is you record with the camera and then you got to stop editing with CapCut and start using like real stuff on your computer to edit.
True.
But I mean, that's clear product. That's a clear image, clear output, clear stuff for you to put on
social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's still crazy. Like I was thinking about it when I was watching one of the videos, and I was seeing your hair was all filled with the white stuff, and then like the next
the Aztec clay,
and then the next thing your hands were fine, and you're combing it out. I'm like, how did you record for 5 seconds? It's probably an hour or more.
That like one clip that you see could have probably been like a 2-minute clip, but you have to go in that clip and make like smaller clips to all fit. Mm-hmm. It's like art. Like you just take the pieces, you just put them together.
But then it feels so nice, when it all pays off, and you got your 20K followers. So you're like, this worked out. It worked out for me.
It did. And also something else to be mindful of is like your covers, like the cover of your video, like what people, like the thumbnail, what people will see like when they're on the explore page.
Do you make thumbnails, or you just use something from the video?
I think I tried to make thumbnails in the beginning, and then I just decided like I would do something in like while I'm recording. I would like make some type of like cover that I like that I can use. And then some people use CLICKBAIT. I've used CLICKBAIT a couple times.
Whoa, hey, yo, attention. We caught her. She CLICKBAIT for views. She CLICKBAIT for views. Oh my God, we caught her. Attention, boys. We got them. Bam, 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 bam. Okay.
Just a couple, and sometimes you just want to have fun, and then you find out you're CLICKBAIting. But it makes people laugh.
You guys out there listening to Let It Rip, okay? I will never ever CLICKBAIT you guys. Understand that? Never ever.
Am I being used as an example of what not to do? I mean.
So we get the real scoop on what influencers do nowadays.
Oh wow, a lot of influencers use CLICKBAIT a lot, like especially on YouTube and
of course.
TikTok. Like whoa, like
bro, those oh my goodness, prank on stepmom gone wrong.
Yeah, the gone wrong, bro.
Oh
no. The gone wrong is just like YouTuber's favorite word, like or like not having to put not CLICKBAIT is like so funny.
When they put it in all caps and stars, not CLICKBAIT.
Asterisks, not CLICKBAIT. Like bro, please click. Like,
that's how I know I'm being CLICKBAIted. What? Yeah. But then I still find myself clicking on it and skipping through the video looking.
Josh, what do you think about CLICKBAITs?
Josh CLICKBAITs to the max. What are you talking about?
Me? Bro,
true.
CLICKBAIT, actually, I mean, obviously don't like watching, like getting CLICKBAIted.
Oh, I forget. Josh is gonna give us the opinion of a normal citizen in America, because she's an influencer. I'm a podcast host. This guy's a nothing. Let me stop.
Wow, nothing is crazy.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Josh, tell us what you do.
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do for fun?
What's your major? What do you like doing?
What's your address? Your social security number?
Social identity?
I go to UMBC, undergrad.
Woohoo!
Computer and
retrievers.
Major, yes.
Woof woof.
But yeah, I'm also planning on working on social media and content creation as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to take it calm for now.
I believe he's supposed to be joining me as a co-host in this podcast in the near future. Him and Excel, whenever him and Excel decide that they're ready to, join me, this podcast. So this podcast background on it was actually birthed by Excel. Excel was like, Joe, we should do a podcast. He was like, I have the tendency to talk sense and be funny. So he was like, I should start a podcast, and I was like, okay. And we've been waiting, and I was like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm starting a podcast. And he was like, okay.
Exactly, just like how people told me I should start. You really just jump right into it. Yeah. You just see where it takes you. Like, it's amazing.
Honestly, yeah. And the one thing people I want you to give us more tips. I know one of my friends who blew up on TikTok. The one thing he told me was consistency. Posting, which is why I'm always like trying to always get people on here and record. Before it was a struggle. Now I kind of have people lined up who want to be on it and who want to, which is kind of cool. But now I'm trying to like work on getting bigger people. And that's why I was like, oh, what am I doing? Why am I trying to get Eddie Murphy when I have when I got Faye right here, who's an influencer of herself? It's kind of cool actually, knowing people. Have you ever gotten recognized? Like,
yes, so many times. I haven't been recognized in a while though, but like definitely when I was growing, I would say like a lot of people are like, wait, do you do hair on Instagram? Like, aren't you that girl that does hair? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's just like, yeah.
Has anybody ever taken selfies with you? Like, oh my goodness, I'm at Faye Curls now, yeah?
I don't think so. I'm not that big.
Now, I know I said I wouldn't clickbait, but I think I may have clickbaited before I clickbaited.
Wow.
When we were in Orlando, just walking around with a camera and like even just talking to a camera, people be like, can I get a selfie? What are you vlogging for? Can I have your use?
Bro, can I get your handle?
So it gets kind of go crazy because you feel some type of way, but at the same time you're like, I haven't put out any content yet.
Like just wait, it's in progress, I promise.
Excel was giving me the stink eye. He was like, Joseph, you're giving them a YouTube that has nothing.
Bro, don't worry, it's coming. Be patient. It's coming, I promise.
Nah, but you know what actually warmed my heart is when I posted the first episode. Somebody commented down, "Hey, yo, I met you in Orlando. It's nice to see that you posted this. Keep up the good work." I was like, "Hey, my man."
Yeah.
That made me feel so nice. I have to make sure I find that guy again and be like, "Yo, this was my first supporter ever.
Yeah,
where were you guys?"
Shout out to you if you're hearing this.
But so definitely consistency, I feel like, is a big thing, a big step in like even whatever thing. So you've already said just go for it. Find something you like. The editing process. Anything else? Any other tips you wanna give?
Definitely, I want to elaborate on consistency because honestly, I've been ghost for a while. I would say I've probably been ghost for like the last year. It's been kind of silent with like little pop-ups here and there, just because life hit. And I would say be consistent because if your followers kind of see that you're just like you've been gone for a while and like you're not posting anything, they'll probably like unfollow and they'll probably just think that you just stopped making content when that's probably not the case. And also like once you start to like build up an audience, like keep them like updated on things so that they don't just think like, hey, where did she go? Like she just disappeared. Like no, something happened or maybe things I can't disclose happened and I just want you guys to know that everything's okay, but I'll probably be taking a break. And also taking breaks is okay. Like don't feel the need to always post regularly, you know what I'm saying? Like post regularly, but like if you need to like we're all in college right now, but if you need to like take a break and you can't like put out content for 1 week or another week, like don't feel bad about it because remember at the end of the day everybody's human. Everybody has to. I
don't know how I feel about that. I was gonna say if you're gonna take a break, I feel like you should tell them. Like,
yeah.
I mean, as much as everybody's human, but like the reason you blew up and not them is because you're doing something that's extraordinary. That's
true.
Almost like I don't want to say superhuman, but like something like you're doing. And it's not that you're just doing something. You're doing something extraordinary at an extraordinary level, right? Which is what's putting you above the rest of the people because there are probably a lot of people in this world who can, whether it's do hair, make TikTok dance, like things like that, but like just only certain people reach that level of blowing up to the point where they amass a following, right? So I wanted to I don't know, maybe it's just me that differs for that. Like, oh, if you're gonna take a break, I feel like you should let people know that, oh yeah, I'm sorry that this video didn't come out on time or something, because certain people especially, they like wait on like, oh, it's this time, it's this o'clock, yo, where's their video, yo, how come it's not out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like you don't want to let people down, but hey, I'm not the influencer, so don't listen to me, listen to her, what she says.
Honestly. Yeah.
But yeah, any other points you wanted to give on influencing, anything like that?
Hashtags also.
Hashtags. Keep going.
Hashtags, yep. Technical difficulties. Hashtags are a great way to continue to like make sure people see your content. and making sure you put the right hashtags are also important. So like, and also don't like, well, you can kind of like clickbait in comments, kind of, because
Excuse me?
It's possible. Like if you, let's say you have like we were talking about hair type earlier. Let's say you don't have 4C hair, right? But because there's like a large group of people that have 4C hair and they don't, know how to manage it. They don't know how to do with it. And if you have like one texture of hair and then you're putting hashtag 4C hair in your comments, and then people with 4C hair look at it and then they do the style and they're like, why isn't my hair coming out like this person that has like 4A or like 3C hair? So just being careful about the type of hashtags you use the right ones, but don't mislead people as well, is what I would say.
Interesting. Okay. Let me ask you a completely random question. What's your favorite superhero?
Probably Batman or Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. Wait, Josh, what's yours?
My favorite superhero? I'll probably say Batman.
Why were you shaking your head when she says Batman?
Bro, literally.
Why were like what? Why were you fighting it?
Yo.
You know what you are? You are one of those people that just hate for absolute no reason. If I say my favorite color is green, you'll be like, I hate it. If I say it's red, I hate it. If I say it's yellow, I hate it. If I say I don't have one, I hate
yellow.
it. I think he's a hater. He just hates just for the fact of hating.
Ask Faye who Bruce Wayne is.
Who's Bruce Wayne?
I don't know who Bruce Wayne is. That's literally Batman, right? That's Batman. Have you never watched? I've watched Gotham.
Oh my god! For a second, I was about to say, did
all
you
the
not
Gotham,
know
all the Batman,
Bruce Wayne was
fans,
Batman?
Make some noise in the comments.
Imagine she said, "Oh, don't you know Bruce Wayne's a billionaire?" Duh. And then I go, "Bruce Wayne's Batman." Wait, what?
He's billionaire Batman. Yeah.
All right, who's Tony Stark?
Iron Man.
Okay. Who's Peter Parker?
All right, that's enough. Spider-Man.
Who's Clark Kent?
No, I know. Hold on. Clark Kent. That's the guy that can't take kryptonite. Superman, right?
Yeah. There you go.
That's the trivia.
Who's Wonder Woman, huh? Wait. Josh, do you even know who Wonder Woman's identity?
I know all of them.
Who's Wonder Woman?
He knows the ride at Six Flags.
What's her name in real life? I can't remember her name. But I know Gal Gadot.
I know, but like, who's Wonder Woman?
I don't know her name. I forgot her name.
Diana Prince.
Yeah,
okay,
Diana.
Cool. Weirder. Who's Oliver Queen?
Oliver Queen.
Give me some help, buddy. Yeah.
I'm saying that one. What's it?
I don't know.
Who's the Flash?
Barry Allen.
If you did that, we're gonna have a problem. We would have had a big problem, Mr. I know everyone.
You sounded. Why did you just sound like Marge from Simpsons just now?
I'm not even gonna attempt that. Oh boy,
bro.
Oh boy.
Giving a Goofy?
No, it's giving Mickey Mouse.
Mickey?
Okay, you want?
Completely random now. Just get random towards the end of the podcast.
Anyways, I think that's a great way to end. Let me just recap real quick. Influencing, Miss Faye, 20K, Faye Curls.
It's less, but we're getting back up there.
Are you gonna start posting again?
Yes, I will. Once I have a good handle on I just started college, so once I have a good handle of my schedule and everything, and I have to find somewhere to record as well. And I don't have a ring light, so I'll probably have to get one.
Hey, her followers should pay for that. And let me ask you, these sponsorships are how much? You don't want to. Let's discuss it off air. Let's discuss numbers off air.
I won't give you the numbers, but I would just say it depends on your following, and don't settle for less as well. Don't let if you have let's say you have 10K followers, don't let a brand say, oh, we can do a product review for $5. At least make it $5. I might be different, but I would say for 10K, for each product it should literally be at least $35, $40.
I was gonna say, what's $50? Hey, you want me to talk about?
As you grow, you can increase the price. Literally.
Of course, dude. Literally, I've heard like people on Twitch like say they write so much off in taxes. Like if they're eating food in front of stream, they're basically promoting that food. No, like when you think about it, they be asking you, "What are you eating for lunch?" Oh, I don't eat McDonald's. I eat chicken. And you know those diehard fans that follow you, whatever. They stop eating. All of a sudden, they start eating more. I used to wonder, yo, why is the line at Chick-fil-A growing? Probably because somebody was spotted eating that chick, bro. And all of a sudden now, everybody wants to eat chick because you know. So you know, back in the day when Michael Jordan did the whole, he did the Jordan dunk thing. The certain shoes he were wearing, I forget what the shoes were, but because of those shoes, so many like those shoes, the price rocketed because so many people started buying those shoes because obviously they were those pump things that you like pump the top, and because people saw him do the dunk in it, they thought, oh, let me get those shoes too, so that way, you know, obviously it doesn't work like that, but that's just the psyche that people have. You know, when Odell did that crazy one-handed catch, people all went out to get those gloves because everybody was like, hey, yo, those gloves made him catch like that, let me get those gloves too. So like just you having some certain status, doing some certain thing, people are gonna be like, oh dang, yeah, this is exactly what she does, let me go do that too, let me go eat that too. So like I said, sponsorships $5, hell no, $50, bro. So it's starting now.
Know your worth, really.
Of course.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. Any shout outs, any last thoughts you guys want to say?
Shout out to everybody that's gonna hear this, and everybody's that's gonna watch this, and make sure you share it with your friends, share it with your family, because there are some very important details in this episode.
I agree, and this is my last thing. Excel's fat. Good night, everybody.